LC. We're going to be talking about, there's a message going out to Jaime Fernando Gonzales of Crow 1176 YouTube products, or we sell screen paint products. Short message because I have a lot to do today. First things first, why are you having this conversation with me? You've been sending me these little tidbits of little message here, little message there, different from your everyday 120 or 22 accounts of constantly trying to spam us with dumb nonsense. We know now 100% 80 those messages that were sent over was sent by you. We all know that now. As I told you before, all this is under investigation. All the information we submitted for the courts is under investigation. And we now know that all that email that was submitted to us on both accounts all came from you. Now, this is my message for you. Anything that you send to me involving any of the accounts, any YouTube videos, right now you're being monitored. Everything you do is being monitored for court. This is extra evidence that will be presented in court that long after we submitted these documents to go to court over this, that you are still continuing to carry on in the same manner like it never even happened. And also too, we also submitted over the cease and crease, or crease and decease, whatever you call it, that document from the other attorney explaining that you were warned and told that this was going to happen. So all that information is being submitted. I said when I finally did the paperwork, the best thing you can do is shut your mouth. That's what you need to do. It is going to happen. I know you live in this bubble and you feel that in Jaime's bubble, that only things exist in your world and outside it doesn't pertain to you. This is extremely serious. We are going to court. We will be in front of a judge. All the information, all the evidence we have that we present, you're going to have to, you're going to be questioned on it. You're going to be prosecuted on it. You have to understand, you cannot touch a copyright. Can't go and take this piece of work. You can use it for your personal use. You can't even display it without the permission of the author. It's right there in the fine print. When you read through copyright infringements, what you can and cannot do. You cannot display this. You did not get our permission. And not only did you display the work, but you wrote scammer over top of it. You wrote my work or my logo over top of it. You made claims that this was your logo. You also slandered the logo, called it a scam company. And then we have over 187 emails that say the word scam in it. These emails are tracing back to you. Another 27 or more, I think there's more than that they were able to dig up. Wix, which I'm finding out because they don't want to get sued, is in fully cooperation with the government on whatever we need to provide for them on all messages that were sent to the account. Then we have text messages that are coming up that have racial slurs and disturbing messages next to them. That is considered to be a hate crime. This can possibly carry jail time for you. So you have to take this extremely serious. Do not contact me. Don't make YouTube videos. Don't do anything. Everything you're doing is being monitored. Everything you're doing, you're being watched. So I'd advise you to basically be quiet and get ready for court. Contacting me about this, that, and the other, I don't know what you're trying to contact me about. There's nothing to talk about. If you have anything to say, you can say it to the judge. That's it. You say it to the judge. When the day comes up that we have to go to court, me and you will sit down before a judge, and the judge is going to ask you one simple question. He's going to ask, did you get permission, yes or no, to use this copyrighted material from Mr. Byrd or Kenneth Byrd or Kenneth A. Byrd, however they're going to put it. But that's what they're going to ask you. And if you say yes, then you have to show proof of some kind of documentation with my signature on it that said that I gave you the rights and permission to be able to use this work. If you cannot present this, you will be sued for a lot of money. Keep in mind, for the multiple times that you flashed the logo, it is $30,000 per offense. The cap is 150,000. The higher the offense of money could possibly, come with jail time between 1 to 5 years minimum. So, as I said before, if you are upset and you want to come back and lash that toward me, don't do this, because this is evidence that we can use against you in court. So I would advise you to wait, be quiet, and get ready. That's all I can do. All right, people, I got to get back to work. I need to address him. He's been sending us little messages here and there, trying to discourage me, trying to say, well, you don't have a case, you don't have this, you don't have that. Well, then you tell that to the judge. Don't tell it to me. Tell it to me. It's not going to help your case. I'm not dropping any lawsuit. This is going to stay. What you need to do is you need to go and you need to tell the judge. Now I have documents showing you contacting me and trying to discourage me, to tell me that I should drop the lawsuit because I don't have any evidence and this, that, and the other. This will be presented to the judge. What we got today and what we got yesterday. It's all marked. Whatever we delete off the account goes into a little section on the site. It tells us exactly everything and what's in those messages and who sent those messages. Keep in mind, as they go through all the evidence that we present to the court, has to be investigated. They have to go through all the emails and they have to investigate this, what was said, all that has to be put in there. And there is the word scammer constantly littered out. And the word loser, which is a word you have a habit of using. We also submitted documents to the courts of email messages, conversations we've had, where if you use this word constantly, repeatedly, including one message that all he did was just spam at least 90, up to 90 words of this same word, loser, loser, loser. Now, mind, this is the FBI at the end of the day that's doing the investigation. They can piece together on, when you look at different words, on how people write them, how they all link together. And not only that, like I said, they'll be tracing all the emails. You could use a dummy account if you think that's going to help you out. Again, you're talking about the United States government. Good luck on that one. I think they're just smart enough to know exactly dummy accounts and fake accounts and even a mass IP address. They're able to figure all that out. So again, last message to you, man. I'm tired of talking about this. I've been dealing with this mess from you for a very long time. We're done here. Everything after this, we're going to court. Anything that comes up, we're going to court. You sold this fake product that we got from you. This sent this black paint in the mail. You're going to be prosecuted for that. This post office mail fraud. We're going to court for that. We're not going to court for that. They're taking you to court. We have nothing to do with that. We're just filing a complaint. You went in, you violated a batch number. Product was working perfectly fine. You slandered my product on YouTube. You're going to court for that. Civil court, which will probably be around the end of 2023. We'll be taking you to court for basically slandering our company's products by making multiple video demonstrations and slandering our company, including copyright infringements again, using our logo, slandering our logo, slandering my face, stuff like that. That's the major lawsuit. This will involve attorneys. This is for basically slandering my company, invasion of privacy. There's a whole lot of stuff that's involved with that. That's a big court case. That's for the end of 2023. That is the one for $500,000, probably $1 million to a $500,000 lawsuit. Now, before we even get there, we can also present to the court how we have built up to this. We had to go into court and we sued Jaime Fernando for copyright infringements. He had an account removed for slander. It's another lawsuit coming for slander for the whole Black Series edition. We posted it to the site, but scammer and all that stuff. Do not buy. That's coming up. That's going to be another lawsuit on top of that one. We can also show them we have multiple lawsuits that we placed against you and won, because we will win all of them. I guarantee you that. And by the time we reach the final lawsuit, which is going to be the end of the year, we'll have those documents and saying, look, we took this guy to court several times, and this is what we won. These are judgments that we won against them. Now we need to go to court. We need to file a final lawsuit against a particular individual for slandering Mr. Byrd's company for quite a long time. For so many years, you've slandered my company. But did fake demonstrations against my products, fake unboxings to try to hurt and maliciously damage my company. And this is a big lawsuit for $1 million to a $500,000. We know you don't have the money. It doesn't make a difference. They don't care about that. When you go to court, they couldn't care less whether you have the money or not. You're going to be slammed with a lien or judgment, and you got to figure it out from there what to do. You just have this massive judgment over the top of your head, that's all. Now, that's the end of it. We also screenshotted where you came into the video we posted about taking you to court, and you went in there with an account with my cube attached to it. All that's been from YouTube, all that's been lifted. All that information's been lifted. Anywhere you left the footprints has been lifted. And right there you came in, posing as me, which again, identity theft. Same thing with the Instagram account. That was all taken down and noted. And we also filed with Instagram on getting information from them where you made fake accounts claiming to be me. Putting my name up there, Kenneth Byrd. That's identity theft. That's a criminal charge. Now, mind you, we went in there and I saw what you wrote in there underneath trying to discourage whatever we were talking about by saying that, oh, have your lawyer contact me. Have your lawyer contact me. You don't listen when I talk. Didn't you hear me say CCB? CCB does not involve attorneys. This is a small claims court for copyrights. CCB stands for Copyright Claims Board. That's what it stands for. It's for two people to sit in the room with a mediator or judge. I went through one of these on a pre-trial. I've done this stuff so many times, it's not even funny. Different terms, I know it because I've done it so many times. So when you go in, it's just me, you, and a judge. That's it. Now, when we go to civil court, that's different. Civil court involves attorneys. So you're in there running your mouth about something and looking like a complete idiot, and I copied and pasted of you making these claims about how have your attorney contact my client contacting you. I mean, me and you in court, that's it. Only two people are going to be in it, just me, you, and a judge. I warned you, and I warned you, and I warned you to mind your own business, and you don't listen. Claims were filed against you yesterday for the Better Business Bureau for internet fraud because of this mess right here. And unless he removes these items off his website, they've already been to the website, they've already visited the place because they have to, anything claims we make, they have to go in and see if these claims are real or not. So we call an investigation. And it went into the site, they saw the videos, the items are still there being sold on the site. That is considered to be fraud if you have no proof to back this up. We have it right here, Jaime, clear as day. You're going to argue with me, you're going to argue with the courts, you're going to argue with the Better Business Bureau investigation department that you're not scamming people out of their money for house paint. Videos are right there. They have them on file. And they have been to your website. A couple of organizations have visited your website. Just like when he was up there posting how he put that logo up there about how Black Series is a scam, Black Series will rock, stuff like that. Do you know Wix was in your site several times? Their legal department was right in your website. We were in there on the phone talking, and I directed them where to go. And they went on the site. They saw the post. Mind you, when we logged into Wix, we log in under Black Series Edition. They go under the new company. So that's what we log in with. So they're in there with our email under Black Series. They're looking at our website under Black Series. And then they go into your site and they see, and they go into shopping carts. So they go to shop. When you go to shop, scroll down where it says Metallica 2.0, click onto that cart, go to the far end of the pictures. What do you see? You say, okay, that's all we need, Mr. Byrd. He screenshotted that information and sent it to legal because there is violations that you violated on Wix. Now, for Wix, and we had clearly told them that you have this information, you have this evidence, you can see that our copyrights are registered or are legit. This guy did violate policies in your website. If you do not do what you need to do to remove this, we can file a lawsuit against you. And yes, we can. If anyone ever tells you at the end of the day, you have copyrighted material, you are protected, it is legit, and they tell you that you can't sue, oh, yes, you can. You can sue. That's the whole purpose of you filing for the copyrighted material, so people do not touch your copyrights without your permission. That's what it's for. Doesn't make a difference. They can sit there and tell you, well, I just posted it. If you post it in public, if you use it for your own personal use, anything such like so, you need permission from the author. Just like with the whole Frankenstein, well, depends on where the statute of limitations lay, that but we can also come in and show that he's done this with other companies where he's taken their logos and used them for his own personal use. That will also be presented in court, showing you have a history of taking people's work and using it for yourself. The face of Frankenstein that you had on your containers, we have all those original videos and pictures that were taken for just so if a case did pop up on a copyright towards you, which means we can go into court and we can clearly show Jaime Fernando Gonzales in his apartment selling containers of paint with the face of Frankenstein on a container that he did not get the permission from Universal Studios in order to have the rights to use that particular piece of artwork for his own personal use, which means you owe royalties. You owe money to the people who own these copyrights. You have to pay them for each time you sold a container of paint with that face on it. You owe them money. You owe them a share of that profit. And not only are they going to question that, they're also going to question your taxes. That is going to come up. Because then they're going to start digging into your business and they want to know if your business is legit or not, which means they're going to request documents. And if you can't show this, this is going to be what you call, out of the fire or into the flame, or whatever they call it. You just basically just open up one Pandora box after the next. This is why I explained to you, don't want to go to court with me. Because we will have evidence on you that you don't even know even exists. These are like things we like to pop up in court at the last minute to make sure we seal you in. So we can show a history of you touching other people's work, not only ours, but major companies. You can't take Frankenstein's face and stick it on a can and sell that product. That's like me taking Dragon Ball Z or Mickey Mouse or Coca-Cola or Pepsi or any one of these big companies and sticking it on a can of paint saying, hey, look, this is so-and-so, putting their name up there, this is so-and-so and so paint, and selling it, and they don't even get a dime of it. You can't do that. Now, when you said you were reviewing the product, understand this, because this is they're going to tell you exactly what you can do and can't do. The container of paint that you have, way back, and I mean way back, he did this, probably done this review when Crystal Edge had a screen paint. It doesn't have a screen paint. It had a screen paint in decades. But when you did that, you try to cover over half the label with paint. You can review a product. You can review any product. I can review this right here, this cranberry juice. I can review this right here with no problem. But what I can't do is I can't go on camera and say, oh, this particular product right here can cause you cancer, or it can do this, or it can do that, or don't do that. I can't make those accusations unless I have proof that this actually does what it does. If I don't have proof, I can be sued for this. Just like right here on your site, if you say you're going to take me to court for saying your product is house paint, it is house paint because the proof is right there. I can take this to any courtroom, any place I want, and I can say, look, right here, Your Honor. It's him on the video. You match house paint. You're going to tell me at the end of the day that there's a difference between this and house paint. You're going to lose that case because you can't show a difference between that. The judge will sit there and look at that and go, no, I see the same thing. So you're going to turn around and get a lawsuit slammed against you for fraud. And on top of that, the videos are missing. You don't have any videos on it because you deleted all the videos, or I don't know what you did with them, to keep anybody from seeing them. So they're going to ask you to present that evidence, which you don't have because you got rid of it. It does not look good for you. It really doesn't. And if they ask me, why did it take so long to file? I'm going to simply say that we were trying to give this fellow a break. And we did. I tried to give you a break. I said it multiple times on camera. I don't want to sue you. I don't want to sue you. But you don't give people that choice. Jaime, you don't give people the option to try to show you mercy. You don't give them that option. You just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing till one day somebody either is going to knock your head off your shoulders or they're going to take you into court and they're going to file a lawsuit against you. I gave you plenty of time, more than enough time before it came to this, to mind your own business, and you just kept pushing. Now, everything that you brought to light and you made accusations and claims of, you're going to have to back up in court. If you can't back this theory up in court, you're getting sued. And the first lawsuit you're going to be hit with is going to be for copyrights. And this is an extremely, very serious claim that's going to be placed against you. You've already been notified. We know you've been notified. They have contacted Jaime. He has received an email from them. If not, they probably called him. They'll get your number. They don't got it. Remember, U.S. government. They'll get your information. No time at all. And if the information we have in there is not legit, which I think it is, they'll find you. They'll be knocking at your door real soon. All that nonsense is plays game you like to play on YouTube. This is real. We're going to be in the courtroom. You have to take this very seriously. It's not a joke. Anything you bring up by saying that, oh, he's a scammer, he's this, that, and the other, it's all hearsay unless you have concrete evidence that we are doing this. And this is going to deepen your situation in which you're already in. I've watched people in court just spaz out, just make accusations off the top of their head thinking this is going to help them. And they will tell them, shut it up. Because at the end of the day, if you have no proof or no evidence, you have nothing submitted, nothing basically on the theories that you are speaking right now, it's considered to be called hearsay in court. You must show concrete evidence that this is happening. Just like that copyrighted material under my cube, I have to be to show at the end of the day to the judge, number one, that artwork belongs to me. Well, actually, number one, that is a registered U.S. government copyright. I have to show that it's legit, and it is. It's registered, which makes that piece of product up there mine. And if it's mine, you have no right to touch it unless I give you permission. That'd be like me coming to your house, going into your apartment, taking your keys to your vehicle and driving it anywhere I want to and bring it back in any condition that I want and take no blame for it. That's something you wouldn't like at the end of the day. I would have to ask for your permission to touch that vehicle, to drive it where I want to drive it at. Other than that, it's considered to be a stolen item. It's considered grand theft auto because I took something without your permission. See how that works? There you go. So you can get an understanding. Sometimes you got to come down on somebody's level and you got to make them understand what that means. You didn't get the right to, we didn't give you the right to do that. And that's why you're being sued. And I did give you plenty of opportunity to back down. Even sent you a letter by my lawyer explaining to you that you need to back down. We sent you that, when was that? Sent you that a while ago, I think 2 years ago. And that shows within the 2-year timeline from the day that we sent that document to you, this is how you carried on till we got to this point. You were warned already. We told you this was going to happen and you didn't listen. So again, we do advise you, I advise you, do not contact me. Don't say anything. Keep your mouth shut. Because anything you say, that will be used in court also against you. Now, as for Silent Wake 5, I told you, you're next. We're building a case on you. Your case is already starting. This is an open and shut. It's extremely, extremely easy. Fellow really did him. Man, it's an easy open and shut case. This is nothing. I did notice that when, off topic, when Silent Wake 5 was showing off the fake receipts, we were to slow it down and break it down. In the corner, there is my logo, my copyrighted material. I did not give you permission to use this. You'll be in the same fate that Jaime will be in also too. I know you feel we don't have your address, but don't worry. I hired a very special fellow that will get that information for me so we can get you in court as soon as possible for your day. Same thing with you, Danny boy. Same thing for you. Did not give you permission to use my logos. Did not give you permission to slander my face. Did not get any consent or permission from me to use my face in that matter. So therefore, with that being said, you will also suffer the same fate. But you two will be different. You two will be going to civil court. You won't be going to small claims. We will be suing you for a considerable amount of money. All right. Well, with that being said, I got to get to work. This is the end of it. I'm tired of talking about this. I really am. I'm tired about putting this in my YouTube videos. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. So all I want to do is do business, and that's all I want to do is work, as I've been always wanting to do. I'm not a scammer. I don't steal from people. I work very hard every single day on my company. I do not appreciate how I was treated on YouTube or any other platform. I work very hard at what I do. And I don't appreciate people like you trying to tear down what I built for so many years before I even knew you guys even exist. This is the cause and effect. You're going to have to go through this, gentlemen. You brought this on yourself. That's the end of it. I'm not talking anything else that you submit or talk about. I'm going to put it in the file, and I'll put it when we go to ready to go to court. Those are setting up for court, and those that are going to court, we'll show it off in court, and we'll take it to the judge. All right, got to go, people. You have a wonderful day, and I got to get to work.